Hey there, YouTube. It's your boy Beast yet again. I was asked by quite a few people what actual loadout do I use for my healing. On any given day, I typically um, do twice the amount of heals than the other healer that we have in there for the elite raids. I typically only run elite raids because those are the ones that are more challenging and they're a little bit more fun for me. So I'm going to go ahead and take you guys through what I actually use myself. Right. So first things first, you always want to see what my stats look like. I only have a measly 392 skill points, but I've actually specced out a hybrid, um, critical healing chance, full critical healing magnitude, full um, restoration as max as it could be, um, and I want you guys to see where my restoration lies by itself naturally. 49,998. Not bad. About regular, to be honest. You'll find anywhere between 47 and 52. Um, that's 1,000. Um, restoration, so I'm kind of right in between there, right in the middle of that bunch. Um, Now let's take you guys through my loadout. Um, if you're a healer and you don't run a priority heal, you're not really a healer. um, Especially because you have tanks that they're taking a lot of damage and they're trying to keep them off the group, especially when you run elite raids. And if you don't have something to kind of get them back to where they need to be so they don't die, you're not doing your job. Of course, you got to run Admonish, which is the only classified group heal. So you got to run that. I run Blessing. I run Victorious Light. I also run Consume Soul, and I run Guardian's Light. As you can tell within there, I do not run a supercharge. I would if I were. I used to run Sacrifice, but they've actually changed the supercharge cost to a full bar as opposed to a 50. So there's no need to run that. Sorry, DPSs, I don't run Eye of Gemini. Um, but I am going to take you guys to what I do run. So, if you're a healer, you know that there's at least two cards that are a must. Transformation card and Page of Destiny. And this is the reason why you have to run a group heal, okay? When a group heal heals a player above 40%, it places the stack of Revivify on them. Max stacks is 10. For 30 seconds, it refreshes during duration for existing stacks. So, long story short, you're spamming your Admonish as frequently as possible. Um, Specifically, you don't have to run the back out a little bit. You don't have to run the full combo to get it, but I always run the full combo because it actually gives you a heal over time. Some people actually decide they don't want to run Consume Soul because then there's no need for it. I beg to differ. I could take off the Orb of Orion. This is the third one, and run Strategist. But the fact of the matter is that it's just not as effective when you're running. Like I said, elite content. You need to get your tank up to where they need to be. So this is just my preference. Again, it's not one shoe fits all. It's not one size fits all. It's one of those things where it's just the best thing for me, best situation that I go. All right. So again, this is your main, your Admonish. Then you run right into Consume Soul. So both of those give you a heal over time, and the reason why you run those pretty much back to back, back to back. Now, as you see, my actual power is going down pretty significantly, but when you actually have a troll, you won't see that. And again, depending on what's going on, because your tank typically would juggle them as well, juggle your ads. You wouldn't actually have to spam these back to back to back to back. It's just it's not what you would do. And please, 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 because I actually run a healer. I actually run a troll loadout as well, which I'll be sharing with you guys as well. Be nice on your trolls. They are underappreciated too far. But literally, so when you run it, you run that, and then as they're kind of doing their thing, I mean, especially when you're running ads, there's no need for you to do more than that, unless someone You know, that's because you always have them. You have your precision DPS who think that they're, you know, above all, and they're in the middle of the ads. Sometimes if you want to teach them a lesson, you can let them die. But but just while you're in there, run that, and then if they're getting hammered, you're gonna go right into Victorious Light. Um, in doing that, Victorious Light does more than what it needs to do, especially to get your entire group back up to par. Um, I only run the Guardian Light when there's a lot going on and you can't help everyone. So when you run that, it's one of those things where your heal over time it kind of sits there, and it's one of those things where it kind of spams heals. Um, so very 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 useful, especially when you're coming down to running elite content. Um, this is why I don't run a supercharge. There's no need. Um, with that being said, this is actually going to be one of those quick videos. It's very simple, very easy loadout. What I will do is attach a link down below for you to go through and just kind of see some of the elite content that I've run. So you can just kind of see what it will look like when you're running this in actual elite content. I might even do CTE, because FBE is one of those things where if you're running this, you can solo FBE without a doubt. Um, of course, if you pay attention to mechanics and you have a group that's not a bunch of idiots as well, but you can easily solo, some of the hardest raids, hardest elite content, whether it be PCE, DME, FBE, and even, I think it's crazy, CTE, which is Clock Tower Elite. But you guys, take a peek. Like I said, like I always say, hit that like button for me, smash that subscribe button, and I'll bring you guys more wonderful videos as soon as possible. Until next time, see ya.